Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome to Offworld Trading Company, Jupiter's Forge. The first full expansion for the game has been released as of today, and I am very excited to be starting up a new campaign today. As a matter of full disclosure, I should say up front that Mohawk Games was kind enough to provide me this expansion free of charge ahead of time so that I could create video content for you guys on release day, so a big thank you to them for that. Now, as far as exploring the features of the game and this new expansion, I did create a video not too long ago, should have just been released, that highlights all of the new features that you need to know about. So rather than spend the next 10 minutes talking about every change that's been made, I would highly recommend you go and take a look at that video. For now, let's go ahead and move straight on into a campaign, a new campaign on Io, which is the moon of Jupiter that we will be playing on. Very inhospitable, terrible place to be. Let's see what we can do. So there are two new factions that were added into the game. You have the Penrose Collective and the Diadem Trust. Both pretty interesting. They have their own unique HQs that have also been added into the game. I've had some experience with both of them. I would say the Diadem Trust has the most potential late game to be incredibly powerful, and yet I have incredibly bad luck with them early on. So I'm actually going to try playing as the Nomadic HQ today, and I'll show you guys why I think it is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have played some of the campaign. It's actually broken up into several sections. You have the first section, which is 4 weeks long, then 7 weeks long, then 10 weeks long, and then 1 week long once you finish all three of the other ones. As you finish them off, though, you do get some sort of benefits that will carry on to the rest of the campaign. So because I finished the first one, I get a free solar panel engineer for the rest of the campaign. So a little bit of an extra advantage for me. We're going to move on to the 7-week campaign today. I'm going to try playing this on manager difficulty, which is the AI's level of difficulty, but by God, I am not good at this game. I've never claimed to be an expert at it. I'm not. I'd like to be good at it. I think it's a really good game, and I know a fair bit conceptually about it, but as far as actually playing it, oof. I am not as competitive as I would like to be. Alright, so as far as choosing our first colony, let's see what the options are for rewards. We have the Slowdown Strike, which is okay. Carbon, meh. And Faster Optimizations, which is very tempting if we could only get an optimization center. I could take this knowing that this reward is not going to be great for us up front, and hoping that in the long term for this campaign, this ends up being really useful. Then again, optimization speed is never really as much of an issue. I think we're going to have to go for the carbon shipment, which could give me a little bit of an extra cash flow every time I upgrade my HQ. We get 40 carbon. Could be okay. Now, this is a China subsidy, which is kind of meh. Not as big of a fan of the Chinese or the European Union subsidies, usually more of the Russia or USA, but we'll go for this anyway. I think out of the bunch, this is probably the best option for us. Let's go ahead and hire up our staff. Now we have $600,000 to start off with. We could hire some engineers to try and give us an advantage in this map. Let's see what our options are. We could get a free basalt platform, which we can't afford permanently, but we could get just one time. We could try to permanently upgrade or unlock something else. Let's see, we don't need steel. Glass? We don't really need either, that's the thing. Electronics is very useful. Metal mine? That could be a good thing to permanently be upgrading, if we could. There's the optimization center, if only I could get that. I may want to permanently upgrade our metal mines so we are producing twice as much aluminum, iron, or uranium. I think we will spend 500k because that's pretty useful consistently for every map type. So yeah, let's go ahead and give that one a shot. We at least have some solar panel stuff unlocked, so we could generate some power. Nothing else is really blocked off to me except for steel and glass, which are not crucial for me with this particular type of HQ. So let's go ahead and launch the business. We'll be playing against Mikhail and Sam. This is the Comrade, I think. Part of the Comrade and the Patriot DLC. Can't remember for sure. Indie developer unlocks all HQs. Well, aren't you lucky? Alright, let's go ahead and play. So, Io. Pretty tough place to be playing the game. You're going to find that there is no naturally occurring water, so that is a lot harder to come by. And food is also a lot harder to come by as a result. So the basics for human survival are really expensive throughout the course of the game. But at least we have those unlocked. We can do something with them. Alright, so this particular colony type is a radioactives mine. So uranium mine preferably. The black market has less effectiveness. It takes longer to operate, or cooldowns are increased. The price of uranium cannot drop below 30. There's local price controls, so we know that the price of uranium will never crash. That actually means that I am more inclined to mine uranium because of that, so that could be an option for us. Nuclear power modules are available to build. Power modules. So does that mean that I can build nuclear power? We'll see. Wholesaler orders for uranium will not be requested. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and begin scanning. Now, we have a nomadic HQ, which means we want to get aluminum and silicon if we can. Those two places were supposed to have some, but they didn't. Look how rocky this place is. My lord. Start working our way out here and see if we can find something. Found a little bit. Found a geothermal vent.
This will be useful.
Not a lot to speak of down here. Possibly some aluminum over here. This kind of sucks. Well, let's see. Found some uranium and carbon and iron. Just not finding much in the way of silicon, which is something we really desperately need. So, I guess what I could do... I could place down one of these. Now, we should start with an extra HQ. That's one of the advantages of playing of the Penrose Collective. If I place myself right here, for example, I have 2 aluminum mines right next to me, which could be kind of useful. Or I could place something really close to this geothermal vent, and we can try generating power because I have a special ability related to that. And I think we have to do that. Let's place here. And we have a second one, and it auto-explores the rest of the map for me by doing this. So let's see what our options are. The Nomadic HQ gets to place down 2 of these, which is pretty interesting, my opinion. Ooh, silicon. That's something I'm looking for right there. A lot more over here, too. Ooh. What if I place here? I could get a stockpile. That's not bad. We could do that. We could definitely do that. All right, so there's a couple of extra advantages for having these 2 Nomadic HQs that you get by playing as the Penrose Collective. You can be placing these on top of resources to try and get an extra stockpile at the beginning of the game, which will get you an extra, stockpile, extra cash, or help you upgrade faster. And by placing them further apart, you can try to reduce fuel costs so they'll go to the closest HQ. In this case, though, because the aluminum and silicon were spread out, I can place this right here, and I can get much closer access to something I need, so that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and get ourselves an elemental quarry right here. It's going to produce 2 per second, which is great. Let's get a couple of metal mines right here. I know there's going to be a little bit of a transportation cost, but we're going to need it. And we have 1 extra claim we can work with. What should we get? We could try producing some carbon in anticipation of moving toward electronics, or we could try getting some power going, because I know we're going to want to have that eventually. Now, it says the nuclear plants are still locked, so I'm not sure what it's saying that nuclear power modules are available to build. Alternatively, we could start mining up some uranium, knowing that the uranium's never going to drop in price, so we can make a lot of money doing that. You know what? Let's go ahead and go here. That'll get us some iron and some uranium, so it diversifies the market out for me. And because of price controls, it's a relatively safe pick for money generation, which at this point is really all that I care about. Now, we don't start off with any electronics like most HQs would typically start off with a little bit of glass. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of playing as these guys, but, still. We'll find a way to make it work. All right, producing plenty of silicon, producing plenty of aluminum right now. We just need to reduce that price, buy some electronics, and we'll be good to go. Sell off some of this uranium, since we're not using it, and upgrade. Bam. All right, 3 more claims to work with. What should we get? Well, electronics makes some sense. Carbon would also make sense if we can do that. I could produce 2 by going here. It's not much in the way of fuel, so that's pretty good. I think we get a couple of electronics so that we can start upgrading a little bit faster and cheaper, guaranteed over time. Now, here's one of the cool things playing as these guys. In this particular campaign, we started something I think called the geothermal borehole, which is a patent technology, automatic, because we're playing a campaign. And what this means is that by placing something next to a geothermal vent, we will automatically be generating some free power. Everything next to it. You can see here, just electronics. Move it next to it. Oh, look, free power. So we can actually be dealing with our electronics needs and our power needs simultaneously by doing this, and it removes the restrictions on the geothermal vent. We can build on top of it and block anyone else from getting this vent. So I'm going to do exactly that. We're going to get a second one of those next to it, try to get a bit more power going. And hopefully that works out really well for me. Hopefully.
HQ has been upgraded.
Okay. It is producing power. Let's make sure it's turned automatically on so it buys what it needs to. Let's sell the extra uranium and build a second one right here. And of course that's increasing my power production and my electronics production thanks to putting them next to each other. That's a pretty good start right there. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good start. I'm content with that. Let's sell the uranium. Uranium will never have any use for me. It is just for making tiny bits of money in the early game. That's it. Now, here's another cool thing about playing as nomadic. I've said before that they are very flexible. We are starting off with 2 claim returns. So if at any point we want to get rid of one of our claims and use it somewhere else, let's suppose I use an underground nuke here and reduce this down to nothing. I can demolish the building, use claim return, and I'll get the claim back and I can place it somewhere else. I'm going to get that as I continue upgrading my HQs. That's a pretty useful feature right there. That's going to give us a huge advantage as far as being flexible in the open market. I like that a lot. We are overproducing aluminum quite a bit. Still doing okay as far as silicon. We're producing some electronics. We're actually doing really well right now. If I can just get a bit more silicon going, we'll be fine. Can't buy another claim, unfortunately. I could purchase some mule and get more silicon to try and speed things along, though. Which is not a bad idea. We're going to spend 3K, purchase a mule, and I know it's right here, but we don't have the claims available. Let's try to get silicon a little faster so we can upgrade our HQ faster so that we can get more claims and beat out our opponents. At least that's the idea. Now, as far as winning this particular type of scenario, this particular colony type, what we need to do is supply 60 units of water or 70 units of food or something like that, and just send those to the colony, and it gets us, well, more habitat modules and stuff automatically. That gets us more shares of the colony. So that's something we're going to want to do as we get money. Or overproduce a particular resource and just sell that off to them whenever we can, whenever it's available to us. Let's go ahead and upgrade to the next level. I think we need to start producing some of the other essentials, so I'm looking at the ion collectors particularly. Anything closer to my other HQ? Not really. 1.65's okay, minus 0.03 for fuel, so that's about 1.62. Whereas if I were to build over here, 1.8 minus 0.09, that's 1.71. That's technically more fuel for me if I wanted to do this. So I'm going to place the ion collector, which produces fuel only, right there. There we go. See? It's not so bad. 2 more claims to work with. Let's see. Oxygen might be good. Water could potentially be good. I got an alarm going off somewhere. What the heck? Oh, my wife. What is she doing? Anyway. Seriously, how many times is it going to go off? There we go. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it was really quite loud. Anyway, if I got some more electronics, I could be trying to make a bit more money off of this and more power. And we're not producing enough power, so I am going to increase the bonus here. Of course, that's going to consume more silicon and carbon, but oh well, I'm okay with that. 1 more claim to work with. What should we get? Do we want to go for the water? No, it's not worth it. Do we want to go for the oxygen? Do we want to get more fuel? Double down on this? Could be okay. Let's sell off the buckets of extra uranium that we currently possess. We don't need this much iron either. Or we could try getting more carbon. Or we could try getting more silicon. No, I think we diversify a little bit here. So let's go for... You know what, let's get some oxygen going. Oxygen can be kind of hard to come by, and I'd like to start building up a stockpile. Actually, is there no... Surely there's... Okay, there is some place to build. Good, okay. So, it says ice. It's actually kind of frozen sulfur dioxide, and we're going to break that up into oxygen. I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. That's my last claim, and it's not too far from my base. See, this is why I like nomadic. You can have these 2 things on the opposite sides of the map and take advantage of so much more land than you otherwise would have. I'm going to go ahead and use up some of the extra iron I had and send that on over to the colony, get myself an extra module, because the goal, of course, is to outperform my opponents. We're doing remarkably okay as far as debt is concerned right now. When I play as the Diadem Trust, usually I have about $100,000 of debt right now, so pretty rough. We are still missing silicon in order to upgrade, but our mule is already working. I'm going to save this for now. Notice, by the way, we have more claim returns just stocking up, so if we ever get screwed over by our opponents, we can use this. Oh no! Tremors! It's reducing our nuclear plant, water processor, greenhouse farm, steel mill, blah, 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 blah. Production basically just goes across the board, just goes down. And it's just not great. Doing okay as far as electronics. We're producing a shocking amount. Let's go ahead and upgrade again. already doing fine electronics. We just need more silicon in order to upgrade, really. And you know what? I am A-okay with getting another elemental quarry going right here. Reason being, once I fully upgraded and I don't need silicon anymore, I can always get rid of it and use claim return, and that will be fine. So let's start getting some water and stuff going, and yes, I would love to bid on that extra claim. Are you going to give it to me? I don't know, I'm probably willing to bid up to about like 18,000 for it. We could use that extra claim, make some serious moolah. 18,000? Oh, looks like they're going to give it to me this time. Alright, well, how very generous of you, thank you! Okay, let's get another solar condenser so we can produce... Well, do we want to produce more oxygen? We're doing okay on oxygen, but we're going to use a lot of it up to make water. Let's go ahead and build another one of those out. What's our problem with fuel? Did it get mutinied or something? Yes, it did. How dare you? You mutinied my only fuel source. That's rude. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get some water going. We'll place you, let's say we'll place you right here. Actually, can we place... Yeah, no, okay. These are caves. Never mind. For some reason, I feel like I've seen I can place solar collectors on some sort of pockets here, and it worked. But I think it's supposed to be just the ice. Whatever. The good news is the power we're getting for free from these electronic factories is automatically getting me some extra cash flow, which is amazing. Love that. Here comes the water. Would love to get some food going. So, it only will produce 0.25, though. That's not very efficient. Sell off some of the extra electronics. I think we get a bit more water, and we'll place it right here. There we go. Why is this producing power as well? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. For some reason, I was looking at this and I was thinking it was still getting the bonus from the geothermal vent. No, the water processor uses oxygen and fuel and produces water and a little bit of power by itself. So, we're actually doing really well on power despite the fact that we haven't built any sort of power plant, which is kind of nice. I like that. Price of aluminum is skyrocketing for some reason. Sell off some of these extra electronics, which currently are at a surplus, which makes me a little sad, but oh well. We have an extra claim to work with still. What should we do with it? We're producing a pretty substantial profit off of the water processor right now, which is amazing. Nope, wait, never mind. Price is about to start going down. Price of fuel's going up. You know what? Let's go ahead and get some more fuel going. I think that's going to be pretty reliable for us going forward. Place you here, make them more efficient. And we are losing a lot of electronics right now. Oh my god, look at the price. Holy crap. Buy the iron. Sell all the uranium. Buy the water. Sell... Actually, we'll just keep some of this iron, I guess. Sell off some of that, sell off some of that. Upgrade, level 5. 5 more claims to work with. We also have a radiation storm, which is making my ion collectors a heck of a lot better. Okay, so we need to diversify into some new tech. We could start doing chemicals if I wanted to, but I do think that food is going to be more consistently useful going forward, so I'm going to go ahead and start building out some greenhouse farms. Let's sell some of that off. Let's sell... None of that's useful. It's super duper dirt cheap right now. Sell off some water, get another greenhouse farm going right here. Actually, it looks like food is pretty much what the colony wants, for the most part. Sell off the extra silicon, sell off some of those. Someone bought the steel, that sucks. Okay. Starting to pick up a fair bit of debt, unfortunately. But okay. It's auto supply with the greenhouse. Price of water is plummeting. But the price of food is still quite high, so if we could just produce a bit of this, that'd be great. It's just not producing much. Look at that, 0.28, that sucks. But if we don't, the price of food is just going to keep going up, and it's going to completely screw me over. Yeah. Alright, sell off some of the extra silicon. Unfortunately, it looks like electronics have completely lost their value to me. And water's not making a profit. Do I want to get rid of this right now and replace it with something like chemicals? Chemicals... No, because the price of fuel is too darn high. Sell off a bit of that. We have 3 claims we need to work with. What should we buy? I don't need to buy uranium. I can just sell this off, basically. It's always going to be at 30. More oxygen could be okay. Price is still going to be pretty high on that. I can make this more efficient, at least. We'll do 1 there. I think we have to keep going for a bit more food, because that is going to be consistently useful. I can't do glass, otherwise that could have been okay. But no, unfortunately. So let's make them all more effective, and we're still producing enough fuel that I think I'm going to crash the market if I keep building more. So we can't really afford to do that. I could, however, go for more power. That's been pretty consistent right now. We're not producing enough around the geothermal vent anymore. 0.45 is the best I can do there. What about here? 0.5 exactly. That's okay. Let's get a solar power plant going and get ourselves a bit more power. They're still mutinying my ion collector. Ask me how happy I am about that. Answer, not at all. Okay. If we could get some more electronics, ironically, that would be great. Do that. Need to produce more food. Price of water's starting to go up. Price of power's going up. Glad I'm getting that solar collector going. And now we are actually producing a little bit more food than we are consuming. Geothermal plant. I'll bid on it. I have 122,000 in debt right now, but I need to win this race, because at some point we're going to get capped out and I can't get any more of these modules, so I need to make sure that I get that. But we can afford a little bit of debt. Price of power is going up after all. $8,000 for a geothermal plant? That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty darn good deal as far as I'm concerned. What can I use my mule for? Probably just carbon, honestly. That's the only thing worth anything. So let's go ahead and do that. Go here, get me carbon. Thank you. Good doggy. We need cash, because we are not able to currently supply these greenhouse farms. Alright, fuel's doing good. Price of fuel still is going consistently up. I'd like to produce that steel. So let's do that while it's cheap. Price of food. Okay. Yeah, we're producing too much aluminum here. So, knowing that things like aluminum are still pretty cheap, I could get rid of that and do some reclaiming. And I think I'm going to have to do that. Let's go ahead and demolish. Demolish. Reclaim. Reclaim. And I think we have to keep doubling down on food. Look at the price of that going up. I know we're not producing much, but we need it. Sell that there and get another one. There we go. I'm literally cranking out as much food as I'm allowed. We need a lot more water, but for now, best I'm able to do. Are we still producing electronics? Sure enough, we are. Price of electronics is relatively low. It's not doing amazing, but, you know, it's okay. What I could do is actually demolish this and try producing a bit more water, make them all more efficient, and I'm going to do that. Price of power, interestingly enough, is still going up. So that's actually going to go a long way toward paying off my debt. Let's sell off some of this extra stuff. Sell off some of this oxygen. Still not enough to buy anything. Good grief. Well, as we continue producing food, we'll eventually be able to start producing something for the colony. There we go. Do one of those. Sell off the uranium because of price controls. Okay. Silicon. I'd like to do that one if I can, please. Do that. I got 10 modules right now, which is acceptable. Steel. I'm watching to see what new things are coming up and trying to grab the ones that are cheap, like that. Electronics. That'll get cheaper as time goes on. Can sell off a little bit of this iron. Paying off that debt. Thank you, power. Power's working out so well right now. Can I sell fuel? Oxygen. There we go. Get another one. 12 modules puts me at a pretty nice advantage. Solar condensers, unfortunately, and solar power are still down during nighttime, but oh well. This is the last sol right now, which means that we have until 42:30. It's 42 hours and 30 minutes for a day. Sell these electronics. Silicon is worthless to me right now. Need the sun to come back, please. Price of uranium, shockingly enough, is going up. Why? I don't know, but I'm happy about it. Sell off that, sell off that. Food. Sell off that. Keep paying off that debt. That is great. I'm super happy to see the debt go away. Here comes the oxygen. Thank you. And now the price of power is starting to go down because the price went so high that the AI is now overproducing, which, you know, that's the natural ebb and flow of the market. That's what you get. Sell it uranium. Uh-oh. Surplus. Sell. Let's do the oxygen. That is the cheapest. Ooh, aluminum. Sell, sell, sell. Buy. Ooh, water. Sell, sell, Sell. Can't quite afford it. If you can produce a bit... Oh, there goes that. Okay. Silicon. Why can't I produce this right now? Oh, because it's not just producing the silicon, you also have to pay no matter what. So we need $16,000 plus the 170 silicon that I already have. So let's sell that, and buy. The important thing is to get as many modules as possible right now, because using these modules, we can get a larger share of the colony by the end of this mission, and that will make me stronger throughout the rest of the campaign. Price of fuel has utterly and totally crashed, which is making me very sad. Price of carbon, shockingly enough, is quite good. Let's get ourselves another mule. I think he can pay for himself. And get some more carbon. And probably more carbon, honestly. Just keep getting me some carbon. I mean, we're not mining it, really. Well, I mean, no, I take that back. We are mining it. Huh. We need to keep selling stuff or we can't auto-supply our factories. Not sure how many more modules I'm going to be able to get. I need to get this right here, honestly. I need 18,000. Come on. Price of electronics is starting to go up. That's nice. Come on. 24,000. I accidentally sold some of my oxygen, apparently. No, I'm consuming oxygen. Gosh dang it, I'm consuming too much oxygen. Where's the next shipment? Send me the oxygen, by God! Or don't, you know? See if I care. I mean, that's fine, right? There. Carbon. Well, good news is I am producing plenty of carbon now. Yeah, we're going to win this one easily enough, thankfully. And that's just the power of Nomadic and how incredibly versatile it is. Gotta love that. 19 modules. And we only have a few hours left in the day. Sell off what we can. Anything else I can get? Well, possibly. Now the question is, do I want to get another share for a slightly higher percentage of this colony, or do I want to pay off the debt so it doesn't follow me into the next map? I think we just go for another share at this point. There we go. Can I get anything else? Nope, I think that's going to be it for that. So let's wait until 4230. We'll pay off what debt we can, and then we're going to have to call it. Not bad, not bad. We did well, actually. Shockingly well. I love the flexibility of Nomadic. And we're mostly debt-free. There we go. And we continue with the story. Cool beans. Got an achievement, actually. I won without sabotage. Really? I never sabotaged anyone? Really? Are you sure? I kind of wish that I had. I was apparently too much of a nice guy. My Paragon of Virtue series is paying off. All right, 20 modules out of the bunch there. That means that we are going to have a 48% share of the company. That's a majority, so 230,000 extra dollars per week. And we now get a shipment of 40 carbon every time we upgrade the HQ, which is not half bad. Cool. All right, so that's where I'm going to have to end this video here, but we will continue playing through the rest of the campaign. I'll be doing 2 videos a week, or a day for the rest of the campaign. So for the next few days, you can expect to see a lot of this content. Hope you're excited about that. I know that I am. If so, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know you're excited to see this. Leave a comment with your suggestions on what I can do to improve. And of course, subscribe if you have not already. I, as always, will see you guys next time.